Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. Continuing on with our career mode, it's round 9 of the Dutch GP of Assen. So here we are in one of my most favourite tracks of all time, Assen. Absolutely adore this Dutch GP, I really do, but for some reason it does give me a bit of a hard time within the MotoGP class, so we're just going to have to do our very best. I think last season we didn't have a very good qualifying, but I'm hoping with the better package of Aprilia underneath us, we should do a better job than what we did last season. Of course, we had a decent race, but we just didn't qualify well, and you know how important the qualifying really is. So we're down by 2.5 tenths of a second in the first sector to Pecco Bagnaia's time of a 1:31.090, but that is still very early days as we lose a couple more tenths there going into Steckenval, so not a good start, but at the end of the day, we're not doing too bad, because of course we will still have to learn and understand what lap times it is that we're going to have to try and beat later on in the end of this video, or the middle of the video, depending when we actually move on to qualifying. But for the time being, going into Mandevin, a little bit too tight to the apex there, almost running it onto the grass. You have to be very careful if you're going to go for that super tight line. And now into the right hand side, be very careful not to run it wide here, going onto the rumble strip and then possibly onto the green. But across the next sector, so sector 3, we are actually 4 tenths of a second adrift to Pecco Bagnaia's lap time, so not too bad in concerns of pace right now. But hard on the brakes will go for the final corner for the Geert Timmer chicane. Onto the left hand side, flick it back to the right, shift upwards just briefly, and across the line we will go. We lost 9 tenths of a second, so a little bit concerning, but we are still in the fight and in the hunt for a possible Q2 spot. We're only 2 positions behind Iker Lecuona, who's holding that position in 10th place. In fact, things have changed once again. Lecuona down to 12th, and Jorge Martin putting that Ducati Desmosed GP21 up into 11th place. But we are following the current world champion in the sense of real life, but of course in the video game form. Matt Grant on your screen right now is the world champion, and he's chasing down the man on board the Yamaha YZF-R M1. But now onto the right hand side for the Wienslang for turn 6, and then gently flicking it to the left hand side here for the Russian hook. Not bad. 3.5 tenths of a second down, which still put us in the top 10, so we just have to maintain this pace. Got to stay with it, and hopefully we can hang on to the end. So onto the brakes we'll go now for the left hand side for De Bolt, and they'll continue to bring on the acceleration just gently with the soft option rear. Don't want to be sliding the rear coming out of that corner going into Mandevin, but we are a tenth and a little tenth of a little bit. It's not much, but we got very tight to the apex there once again, and we actually lost a little bit more time. So on the right hand side, you've seen the rear tyres slide there, getting super close to touching the green, and we only gained a couple of tenths, so 6 tenths of a second is the gap now to Jack Miller's lap time, so it's not going to be too bad. It should still put us into the top 10, but here we go. Firm on the brakes, going into the Geert Timmer chicane. A little bit too slow for my liking there. It's kind of, yeah, I lost a lot of time there. I was a little bit too tentative. Not good. And I think that really shows that if you lack the temerity going into the final corner, your lap time can really be ruined. It won't be too bad for a race situation, but for the actual qualifying, the 1-lap sprints that we're going to be doing, it's not ideal. We did lose a little bit too much time as far as I'm concerned, but we're still on the charge. But I've got to say, 1.2 seconds separates us now from 21st to 1st position for Jack Miller, so a little bit concerning. And I'm just noticing as well, actually, something else I'm a little bit concerned about is I'm getting a bit of glare on the screen every now and again. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but for some reason we're getting some sort of like weird artifacts on the screen. I have upgraded to Windows 11 just recently, and hence the reason why this video didn't come out on Sunday, because I had a bit of trouble trying to fix Vegas to actually let me edit these videos, which was an absolute pain in the backside, having to reset the PC, reload it, and delete Vegas, and uninstall it, and remove it, etc., and then bring it all back again was an absolute pain in the backside. But let me tell you, it is working. It is on Windows 11. However, I've just noticed a few artifacts, so bear with me on that, and let me know in the comments section down below if you notice that on any more videos, because the quality has to be good, and if the quality is going to be a bit shocking, then might as well not bother. But never mind, we need to focus on this part. Actually, I got a little bit sidetracked there, because we're about to complete this particular lap, and this is going to give us a good indication whether we're moving up into qualifying 2 or remaining in Q1. Across the line, we're up into 19th place, which is not good enough. Miller takes the top spot with Bagnaia and Quartararo, and Grant is down there in the order in 19th and will be going into Q1. So look on your screens right now, and the two fastest riders go into Q2. Will it be any one of us? The two Aprilias at the back of the grid, and one of them in Q2. Not good so far. So here we go then. A soft front and medium rear has been installed on board this Aprilia RSGP, and now it's all down to this. 12.5 minutes of absolutely thrashing this Aprilia around here. I don't know why Assen gives me such trouble in the practice and qualifying sessions, and then in the race it'll be absolutely fine. I don't know why that is, but I'm hoping we're not going to have any issues from this point onwards. I'm a little bit concerned that we don't qualify well here, because it's very, very important we qualify well in MotoGP 21. It's so difficult to have to fight your way through. It is exciting, I'll definitely give it that. I absolutely love carving my way through the pack. Of course, we did this a couple of weeks ago with Dennis Foggia from going into the pit lane and then coming out, and that was rather exciting. But we are up into the second split, 11,000th of a second quicker than Miguel Oliveira's lap time right now on your screen in the top left hand corner. That could change, and it probably will change. It's just all a matter of when, not if. So on the right hand side for Mandevin for turn 10, going towards the rumble strip and practically running across it, and then go for the tighter apex with a Ducas loop, and then bring on the acceleration. So bring it onto the right hand side, nice and tight to turn 12, and then keep on pushing as fast as you possibly can. Sector 3 lap time down by 6,000th of a second, so we're practically right on top of Miguel Oliveira's lap time right now, as we then go very firm on the brakes with the right down easy boot just touching the floor, and then we'll go a little bit wide. We lost a lot of time there. That was a big mistake if I ever did see one. Across the line we go. We lost 0.8 of a second. Ouch. That is frustrating. I can't believe I just made that mistake. I don't really make that many mistakes going into there, but unfortunately the mistake has been made, that one. That's not very positive. I'm a little bit frustrated by that actually, because we really blew it on that one. 0.8 of a second to lose in that particular sector is no joke. That is something else. And we're not actually going to improve on this one either. We're going too slow. We're losing 1/10 of a second compared to the previous lap time of 1:32.103. So those 1:31s escaping us so far. Will we escape it any longer? We're going into the Wienstang a little bit too tight to the apex there. It's difficult to then turn it back onto the Russian hook, but we still are in contention for that 4th place currently, which would be putting us 14th on the grid. Now the goal here is to get into Q2. That is the only goal. Anything less than Q2 is going to be an absolute disaster for the world champion, so we really mustn't fall by the wayside and suffer anymore. But I tell you what, this lap time's going to do us no favours at all. There's no good in this one. We're down by 0.4 of a second. There's certainly nothing to get excited about or even consider being praised about, because this is not looking very good at all. So on the right hand side for the hog hide, flick it to the left hand side for turn 14, looking a little bit too wide there. Yeah, this lap time's going nowhere. This is going absolutely nowhere. I'll complete the lap, but we need to get back in the pits, change the tyres, and then bring on the power setting 3 with a little bit more fuel for next time. So across the line, disaster. So a fresh pair of tyres on right now, and 3.5 minutes remain of this session. Miguel Oliveira, the fastest man on your screen right now. A 1:31.001 for the Portuguese rider. He is definitely going on through with his KTM teammate if things stay the same. We, on the other hand, have a 1/10 of a second, 3/10 of a second in the bag, it seems, about so far. On the left-hand side, we'll go for Strubben. Let's find out where we are going to be by the end of this particular sector. So across the sector time, we will begin. We're up by a 1/10. This is good. This is good. This is what we need. This is imperative to keep the video's length long and to also keep the aces happy, because we don't want to be starting from this far behind. This is just not good enough for us. We lost a little bit of time there. We lost approximately 0.2 of a second we lost there actually, because we were only trailing by 66,000th of a second. Alex Marquez right on the cusp there in 13th place as well. He'll want to get himself up into Q2. We do have a rider ahead of us. I think it's Anea Bastianini. I'm trying to get close enough to see the name, but I do believe it is the Beast. But on the right hand side, we'll go for the Ducas loop, nice and tight to the apex, gently bring on the acceleration. The rear tyre is absolutely scalding hot right now, so we go onto the right hand side. Don't run it too wide, DrAce. We're alright, we're still good. Whoa, we've lost 1/10 and a little bit. This still could be enough to get us into at least the top 2 positions, but we'll find out as we go into the Great Timor Chicane. Going into the right hand, and now lost a lot of time there again, losing confidence in that part, but we're gaining it back. Bring on the acceleration. This is going to be enough across the line, and we are up into 16th place. That is still not good enough. We are 0.3 of a second behind Miguel Oliveira, and possibly maybe 1/10 and a little bit, maybe 0.2 of a second behind Brad Binder. We still have a chance of this one, but we lost a lot of time in that first corner. A lot of time. And we're losing the front into the third corner. There it is. It's over for Grant. He'll not be going into Q2. And this qualifying session is over. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, Grand Prix will be here tonight at 6 PM, so definitely stay tuned and also subscribe so you don't miss it for the Grand Prix here in Assen. But upon that note, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now.
Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.